how the modern world went beige. In 2023, around 80% of the new cars sold worldwide went in four colors: black, white, grey, silver. Not green, not blue, not red. Just a variation of absence. And once you notice it, you start seeing it everywhere. Your laptop, your phone, the walls of your office, airports, tech logos, everywhere, luxury apartments. Even the clothes people wear in cities look like they were selected by the same nervous algorithm. Modern life has become strangely colorless. The official explanation is simple: minimalism, clean design, sophistication. But that explanation ignores something important. For most of human history, color was never neutral. Color was power. Let's go off script. To understand why our world is losing color, you first need to understand what color used to be. Because for thousands of years, color was treated almost like controlled substance. In ancient Rome, purple dye was so expensive and symbolically loaded that emperors restricted its use by law. Producing it required thousands of crushed sea snails. Wearing Imperial purple without permission could become a political problem very quickly. The point was not fashion, the point was visibility. Power wanted to be seen. In medieval Europe, the Catholic Church developed one of the most sophisticated systems in history. Blue pigments imported from Afghanistan were reserved for the Virgin Mary. Gold represented the divine, red symbolized sacrifice, blood, and authority. A cathedral was not simply decorated, it was coded. Even people who couldn't read understood the message immediately, because color reaches the brain unusually fast. Faster than language, faster than conscious interpretation. Color has already shaped an emotional atmosphere around it, and political systems understood it instinctively. But the real test of color as a weapon didn't happen in a cathedral. It happened in the streets, and when it did, government across the continent panicked, not at the crowds, at the color. And suddenly, color stopped being symbolic decoration. It became mass political technology. In 1871, during the Paris Commune, red flags flooded the streets. Not because red was aesthetically pleasing, because red was impossible to ignore. A color can cross borders faster than ideology ever can. A worker in France, Russia, or China may speak different languages, but a red banner communicates instantly. The Soviet Union understood it perfectly. In 1917, red moved onto flags, propaganda posters, building, military imagery, public celebrations, everyday objects. Political identity became visual identity. And the Nazis approached color with the same obsessive seriousness. Hitler wrote explicitly about the symbolism of the Nazi flag. Red, white, and black, chosen not artistically, but psychologically. Albert Speer's rallies pushed this even further. Light beams, banners, uniforms, massive geometric formations, all designed to overwhelm the senses before a single speech ever began. And this is important. Totalitarian system didn't use color casually. They used it because color bypasses rational resistance. Before people think, they feel. And then something unexpected happened. An artist in New York picked up a can of paint and accidentally destroyed the most powerful visual weapon in the world. His name, Andy Warhol. And he didn't do it with a manifesto. He did it with pink and a very good sense of humor. But after World War II, something changed. The problem was not how to create powerful symbols. The problem was what happens when modern consumer cultures absorbs all symbols equally. In the 1960s, Andy Warhol started reproducing political figures and cultural icons in absurd commercial colors. Marilyn Monroe in turquoise, Mao Zedong in pink, the Mona Lisa repeated like supermarket packaging. And intentionally or not, the effect was profound. Images that once carried sacred or political weight suddenly looked reproducible, ironic, mass-produced. The modern advertising economy learned something from this. In a consumer society, even rebellion can become decoration. And over time, corporations discovered that the safest visual identity was no strong identity at all. And that discovery, that neutrality was safer than personality, didn't stay in advertising. It spread everywhere, into your streets, your homes, your wardrobe, your car, and it has a name. Designers invented it. It is called blending. And it is the most successful invisible operation of the 21st century. Now, we arrive at the strange world we currently live in. Minimal logos, soft gradients, muted palettes. Design stripped of almost every distinctive feature. And it is not happening accidentally. In a globalized digital economy, color creates risk. A strong color says something. And the moment something says something clearly, it risks excluding someone. A red logo may suggest danger in one country, revolution in another, excitement somewhere else. Green can evoke ecology, religion, luxury, or illness, depending on context. But beige offends nobody, and grey is globally exportable, and white photographs so well on smartphones. The same logic appears everywhere. Real estate developers discovered that neutral interiors sell more easily. Tech companies learned that minimalist interfaces feel more universal. Car manufacturers realized that monochrome vehicles have stronger resale value. So slowly, without any grand conspiracy, modern systems began optimizing toward neutrality. The world didn't become colorless because officially someone banned color. No. It became colorless because neutrality became economically safer than personality. And maybe that reveals something deeper about our era. For most of history, powerful institutions wanted to appear monumental, unforgettable, visually overwhelming. Modern power often wants the opposite. It wants to appear frictionless, neutral, universal, non-threatening, smooth. The medieval cathedral wanted to impress you. The 20th century dictatorship wanted to mobilize you. The 21st century corporation wants to reassure you. And those are very different visual philosophies. That may be why our world looks less like a civilization with strong aesthetic convictions, and more like the waiting room of an expensive airport. A quiet world, a polished world, a strangely interchangeable world. So maybe the disappearance of color is not really about taste. Maybe it reflects a deeper cultural shift. Because color has always revealed how power sees itself. When power felt confident, it used gold, crimson, black, purple, colors that projected certainty and hierarchy. But modern institutions operate differently. They fear controversy, they fear fragmentation, they fear offending fragmented global audiences. So, instead of making strong visual statements, they whisper. Humanity now possesses more technological control over color than at any other moment in history. And yet, surrounded by infinite possibilities, we choose beige. That was History of Script. You know where to find me. Let's go off script.